I'm Peter Rotelli. So I've been in the building business for it's our 30th year, and we went from a track builder, big developments, to custom home, and now we're a niche-oriented builder. We have an in-house architect. We do things that are different, that are progressive, what's happening in the marketplace, and we can bring a high level of sophistication to a lower end buyer on the custom home side of things. Rotelli Studio E builds about 60 to 80 houses a year. They're custom to semi-custom homes, and we're in the eastern part of Pennsylvania. We ended up finding this property here where we're doing our Glamp ground, and decided that this was something that was absolutely off the charts cool. It was the rage in what's happening today in the marketplace, and that's one of the things that we pride ourselves on, is trying to be on the forefront. We're considered a small company in the building sphere, so we can turn the ship in a second. So when we see new trends, we see new things coming up, we can bring that to market faster than any public company, and that's basically what makes us a niche builder. So it's a cool opportunity that we can react very quickly. We have this property that's been in inventory. We've been hunting ducks on it for the last 6 years. It was a defunct campground. We kicked the campers out, and now it's time for us to go ahead, and we're going to make it a Glamp ground. It's a 45-acre piece of property. It's going to give people an opportunity to live in a small cottage-type place where they can rent it. So it's going to be real high-end units, but with rustic amenities. We're going to have great farm-to-table food. We're going to have all organic stuff. So if you want to cook back at your place, we have a grill that you can use. We have indoor cooking you can use at your place. Or you can join other people when you come out here. And underneath the one pavilion, we're going to allow everybody to join together. You can use a common grill, you can cook, you can socialize. And then we're going to have cottages that are tucked back up into the woods with rock walls and patios and slate. They're all going to be different themes. So it's going to be unique. If you have a passion maybe for music, we might have like a hard rock one. We're going to have one for cycling. We're going to have one for yoga. We're just going to have one for totally like modern. And you want to see what it looks like to live in like a completely tricked out modern house, well, you can do it here. I think as soon as you do it, you're going to want to come back. You're going to tell your friends about it. And it could be a social thing where you could have 10 couples say, hey, let's rent, let's stay out there for a week. Let's stay out at, at the Glamp ground. We're going to read the market. So if the market's telling us, fly fishing is like an attraction, we may have Orvis come out and teach some fly fishing 101 lessons. If it's like women are coming out and it's based, or maybe, men too, yoga, we may have yoga on mats on the lake, on floating docks. I mean, sky's the limit. We're planning on opening up with just a few different cottages out here. We're going to read the market. We're going to do some demographics. We're going to do some studies. And then at that point, we're going to push the gas pedal and we're going to hit 100, and then we're going to go ahead. Glamping came from camping and the word glamour, and it's glamping. So it just makes it a little more sophisticated, less rustic, more amenities. You're not living out of a tent. You have a place to go to the bathroom, more conveniences. The idea of a Glamp ground is a single location in a really cool environment with a body of water, with natural, with wildlife and walking trails, where we provide all these cottages. So the team we've put together of the main characters, we have OSHA Ed. OSHA Ed wears a Marshall badge. Sometimes we're nuts, really. And Ed's the safety department, which we never listen to him. So he's a piece of work. It's pretty funny. Taylor can build anything. He's like an ox. He's a Division I football player, played linebacker. He has ape strength. The guy's nuts. So, and he's unbelievable on the working front. Renee she's structured, okay? Renee is schooled for design, which I'm not. I love design. We have two different tastes, and then when you mesh those two together, we get something that's outside of her realm and something that's outside of my realm. But what it is that we make is like freaking really cool. There's nothing smooth. There's nothing smooth about the process. It's going to be entertaining. It's going to be really fun to do. we don't have any experience at building a glamp ground, so I'm sure there's going to be learning curves. The cast of characters that's going to be helping me out here, the whole team, everybody has their own personality, opinions, and dynamics. Renee is more a sit back and plan, and then I'll just pull an audible when she's asleep, and I'll direct Taylor. And I'm sure with this being an older property, we're going to find pipes under the ground, we're going to bust waterways. I can't imagine what we're going to find, but at the end of the day, this is how I operate. I can bank on it. The place, when it's finished, is going to be absolutely off the hook and crazy cool. We're going to bring the architect Heather into it. Heather is just an amazingly creative woman. She's going to help with design, picking some of the themes for the buildings. It's not a small undertaking. Once this idea starts to form and become a reality, it's going to be all hands on deck. I mean, the company's not going to be able to handle it. Whatever it is, whether it's in the building business, whether it's the glamp ground, we're not strangers to a startup. We've done it before. And when things start rolling, it's just everybody will wear different hats and we'll just get her done. Really what's going to happen is you're going to see people that are going to want to come out of the city, come out here. They're in Amish country. You hear horse and buggies going up and down the road. You have the lake in the background. We're going to provide food at the caretaker's cabin. We may do a centralized cooking spot with grills and stuff like that where people can come in, whether if they don't want to cook at their place, they could join other people and they could use like these common grills, and we'd have spices out there and all about you know, farm to table kind of stuff. We'd use the Amish local produce. It's just a really cool attraction, and it would be something unique and different to do, whether it's with your buddies or whether it's with a couple, your girlfriend. If you want to bring your kids out, we're going to have all different size cabins. So it's just going to be really unique, and you can do it and live that cottage style living and not have to own one. We're walking down Serenity Lane to the cul-de-sac, and here's what I picture. I picture we're going to do something for cyclists, pedal bikes, and there's a lot of bikers that love the road here, and I picture we're going to trick out one cottage here that's going to be totally for the biker and laid out. So this is just one idea. We're going to theme all these different cottages. Okay, so here we are on Serenity Lane at Simply Rustic, where we're going to have about 70 different cottages with different themes, beautiful lake. Right here is where we're going to put a biking, like a pedal biking, a cycling themed cottage, which is going to be really cool. A lot of cyclists come out to Lancaster County. We have all the Amish buggies coming around. So right now we have electricity that's set up for 10 different cottages back here. And what I'm going to do is work with the landscape architect to make sure that when we put the cottages in, that you don't feel like you have a neighbor. We're not trying to maximize the property. We're trying to maximize the actual experience that the people are going to have, which is what this place is all about. Secluded, come out of the city, hang out, really cool cottages with super details. Look at the lake. They can go out in the Amish country. There's great little shops. They can, fresh produce is down the street. Thumbs up all the way around. It's going to be absolutely killer. So Serenity Lane is close to the lake, but this is where the money shot is, and we call this high rent district because we're putting about 10 cottages that are going to actually, they're actually going to be on, they're going to be on the lake, and that's where it's going to be awesome. So when you pull up, you check in, the caretaker will actually put all of your luggage into a canoe, and he's going to paddle you and your spouse, your dog, whoever you're bringing, and he's going to take you over and drop you off right at the dock. It's going to be absolutely wicked cool. Follow me. So you guys see the lake in the background. This is like a beautiful day, a great setting for what's going on here, and just imagine these kick-ass cottages nestled back into the woods, maybe some pilings on the front of a couple, where they hang out with docks. And then what I think is the coolest thing is if you come out and you make a reservation, you're staying in high rent district, what's on the lake, and the next thing you know, a guy grabs your bag and puts it in a canoe, and he just takes you over to your little cottage. And it's going to be absolutely, what's my favorite word? Wicked cool. Sound like a teenager.
Right in the camera.
Yep.
You have to say, what's my favorite word? Then turn into the camera and go,
Yep.
Wicked cool.
What's my favorite word? Wicked cool. Here we are at the lake house. The architect already did the schematics for this. We're gonna redo the whole thing in corrugated steel. It's gonna look totally rustic, some sort of like shanty from Jamaica. We're gonna have a deck that goes out through the cattails with a hammock at the end of it that you can kind of swing on and just have like your rear end kind of hang out in the water. Just think if we had 10 of these things on the lake, all different styles, all different themes, all different names. It's gonna be wicked cool. Welcome to Simply Rustic, folks. Originally, we were thinking this was going to be a 3-season place, but after seeing the frozen lake, come on. Look at this place. It's a 4-season resort. Awesome. And what I'm trying to do is strategically place it so it doesn't look as if there are cottages where you can see each other. I want to have it kind of secluded, exclusive. I have no idea what I'm doing. Wipe out. Here we go. Make some noise. Yabba dabba doo! Whoa, 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 whoa! I'll help out. I got it.
We have about a week to go to our big event, so there's a lot happening, a lot that has to be done.
Drop those banners! Woo! Guys, how do you feel right now? I mean, you've put so much hard work into this. I do have a garage.
This is pretty cush. Adios, amigos.